Can you hear it? These walls really are talking.
I totally agree.
Let's give them more to talk about. Let's make history.
Let's sit at the kitchen table
And share your stories.
Good morning, my name is Doug Bell and I'm a longtime resident of Austin. I wasn't born here, but I got here as quickly as I could. I actually grew up in Houston, where I went to a segregated high school and lived in an all-white neighborhood and went to an all-white church. I didn't really know much about relationships with minority groups. But a few months ago, or about 10 years ago, I started attending St. James Episcopal Church, which was originally an all-black church and is now a multicultural church. And I started understanding the benefits of living together in a church and in our society in general. A few months ago, I became acquainted with the Neill-Cochran Museum, and I'm sitting here in the slave quarters of that museum. This is the only house in Austin that has any remains of the slave culture. The museum has embarked on a program called If These Walls Could Talk. The program is all about Black history in Austin. I'm extremely interested in racial healing and in planning things at my church to help us heal the wounds that have been around for 150 years in Austin. This spring I attended 2 programs here at the Neill-Cochran Museum, and they were both called If These Walls Could Talk. The first program still is a collection of porcelain art. It shows all kinds of things that were in the house probably back during Civil War times and in times since then as well. And you see some of them here in the slave quarters. The second part of the program is a dialogue and entertainment by Jennifer Cumberbatch, who is an actress, a producer, and a minister in her own right. And she gave us wonderful programs with dialogue and dancing, and she was in character as someone of the Black community who would live at this house back in those days. And we learned a lot about racial healing at that time. So I'd recommend you come to visit this museum. It's a wonderful place. You'll learn about how we have grown and how we've dealt with racism in Austin over the years, and how we've not dealt with racism also. So, I always loved Austin from my days in college in the 1960s, but I really didn't realize there were 2 cultures in Austin in those days. I've learned different since then. My visits to Neill-Cochran are helping me understand that much of the glorious architecture of Austin was actually built by slave artisans who were very creative and did a beautiful work. They played a big part in the growth and culture of Austin, and that's something that needs to be discovered by all of us in Austin. So the goal of this program, If These Walls Could Talk, is to bring all of Austin's people together across racial lines and celebrate how far we have come and realize how much is left to do.